Another intentional post. Welcome to another day of the Supermom contest. I'm laying here, it's like 7:30 in the morning, and I woke up at like 6 something to use the restroom, and I ended up cleaning cat boxes and all that stuff because my lovely children didn't do it before they went to sleep. Or I should say my son, I asked him to do it, and he didn't do it before he went to sleep. So then I ended up scrolling on social media. I couldn't go back to sleep. And then an idea hit me. As I've mentioned before, that I am so sick of the manicured version of social media. And I get that that is really what people like to see, like whether we realize it or not. But then there's still a group of people who want the real and want authentic posts. And so I'm very clear on everything is not for everybody. But in this post today, I wanted to share a Supermom moment. And I kind of I said something in my last video yesterday, but I wasn't being 100% authentic. In the beginning of that video, I said man down, Supermom down. And so what that means is me as a supermom in this moment, I'm depressed. This is what depressed look like. So I was in the bathroom and I had this idea, this phrase came to me. This is what depression looks like. And, a lot of times people, or at least, I'll say for myself. A lot of times I would say, or I thought, better word, I thought that depression meant that you had to be super sad, you're crying all the time, you cannot, like physically cannot get out of bed, you can't do anything, like you're just down. And I've realized over the years that where I don't believe it's a clinical term, and I don't believe it's not, definitely not in the DSM-5, the last that I checked. Or anyway, I don't believe that situational depression is an actual diagnosis. However, there's been this term that has been coined as situational depression. And so when you have somebody in your life, right, over like years, like a long time, that say things to you to kind of break you down, it has this way of making a person question reality, question what they know to be true, question what they know to be real. And so I remember years ago somebody telling me, when I used to do my videos all the time, they said, people keep saying that you're depressed, or that you look depressed in your videos and blah, blah, blah. And so me thinking back to that comment or those comments, the truth of the matter is I was. And, when you are in a space where you're consistently dealing with things that are sort of kind of beyond your control, it can put you in a space of depressed. And so thinking about this Supermom contest, thinking about what a mom means, what a supermom means, as I'm trying to brain dump so that I can hopefully go back to sleep. I have experienced so many hard things as a woman, as a mom, that things just get heavy. Things get really heavy, and it gets really hard to manage life sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I'm so thankful, though. I must put this caveat or this piece out. I'm thankful that, like, I'm not suicidal. I'm not, wanting to end my life. I'm not wanting to, any of that stuff. Excuse me. However, or not however, I guess, period, in that sentence. And then the next sentence is, I've been laid up, for the most part, like this, I would show it, but I can't. My knees propped up on these pillows, and I've been sleeping in the same spot. Like, I pretty much sleep on my back. I'm not a back sleeper. I hate that. I've been laid up for 3 months. There's this prayer that I would, this prayer, I guess you could say, or this thing that I would say, when I did pray in the morning. And I say it like that because there's this idea, like in the Christian community, like that you have to get up at like 5 a.m. and you got to pray before you wake up. Well, not before you wake up, but you got to pray, when you wake up in the morning, and, you got to spend time with God before you actually start your day. And I get that. But as a mom, that's never been something easy for me to do. Like, I would find that, like, I would pray when I got in the car. Like, once I got everybody dressed, once I got everybody ready, at whatever stage, whatever age they were, once I got everybody ready and we were in the car, that was my time that I could, like, breathe. Excuse me, I did not brush my teeth, so sorry if my breath stinks a little bit. But anyway, that was when I would feel like, okay, now I can calm down. And that's when I would pray with my kids in the morning when I was taking them to school. And so, so saying all of that to say that, like, I don't, pray. Like, I struggle throughout the years. I have struggled throughout the years praying first thing in the morning when I wake up, before I even, start my day, before I even get out the house. Right. And so I would pray with my kids in the car, on our way to school. And, there was this, the part of the prayer that I would pray, stay focused. Part of the prayer that I would pray was, God, I thank you for, life, health, and strength, and the activity of all of my limbs and my senses, right? So with that being said, when you don't have the activity of all of your limbs, that is very disheartening, discouraging, frustrating. There's all of the ideas and thoughts of, like, will I ever be able to walk right again? Will my knee ever heal? Even when I have surgery, it still hasn't been approved yet. I'm still waiting on that. So that's one thing that's weighing on me, is like, okay, I can't get around. I can't do anything. Like, the most that I do is, because, like, I'm a mom, I have to, just the house still has to be taken care of. Like, even though I'm delegating, jobs, because I have to. One, they're older anyway, so they're, there's more responsibility. But the point is, delegating, like, okay, the kids have had to pick up the slack a lot. So, like, the most that I'm doing is, like, I'll drive to the supermarket, and then one of my daughters has been doing it most of the time. We'll go in, she'll do the food shopping, get the food, pay for it, come back out. Or, like, drive to the laundromat. They'll do the laundry, or whoever's with me will do the laundry. And so it's me, like, doing from point A to point B, and then I'll sit in the car and I'll wait until whatever's done. And that's frustrating. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good thing because they're learning, but at the same time, it's like, I don't, like, have a struggle asking for help, right? Or needing to rely on other people, right? So that's one thing. So it's just this. So the point of this post, for this another day of the Supermom contest, is that shout out to all of the supermoms who experience seasonal depression or situational, I just made up another term, situational depression, for whatever reason, whatever the reason is, whatever the stressors are, the consistent stressors that are in that mom's life, that are afraid to say it, that don't feel like that's something that you have to keep inside, that's something that you have to hide. And so this video is way longer than the other videos, and I don't even know who will watch this in its entirety. However, I just wanted to say that I see you. You know, all of the super moms that can't sleep, super moms who lay awake at night, cannot sleep for whatever reason, for their anxiety, for their thoughts, for their mind racing, for their ruminating. How are the bills going to get paid? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? Okay, I need to do this. I need to do that. Like, it's very heavy. So I just wanted to, you know, just give a shout out to the super moms that deal with situational depression. I pray that God sends somebody to you to lighten your load. I pray that you stay encouraged throughout that season or that situation or those situations. And I just want to say that I'm proud of you, because even though you may be experiencing or have experienced or potentially will experience that idea of situational depression, I hope, like, I'm proud of you, because you still are mom. You still have to be mom. You still have to make time for your children when they need you. You still have to get up. You still have to, you know, take care of business. And, you know, situational depression, seasonal depression, as I just termed it, it's not a clinical diagnosis. So it's something that is very real. It's very serious, but it is something that you can just, when situations change, you can shake it off. It's not something that, you know, I'm gonna leave it there, because I'm not well versed in the diagnosis of depression, so I don't want to overspeak, and I don't want to say something that's not accurate. However, I just wanted you to know, Supermom, that I see you, and that right now I am you. And yeah, I pray for your finances. I pray for your mind. I pray for your heart. I pray for, if you're a single supermom, I pray for you that, one day you will be able to have companionship, and that you'll be able to have somebody who truly loves you and truly cares for you, and helps to lighten that load for you. And I just pray that you keep going. You are seen, you are needed, you are valuable, and it gets better. It doesn't always feel like it. And for any of my supermoms out there, it's like this roller coaster. Like, 1 minute you're good, you're up here, then the next minute you come down a bit, then you come back up, and it's just like, it's ebbs and flows of life. And so I just wanted to come on here and say that, because a lot of times we think that depression is supposed to look one way, but there's different faces of depression. So, anywho, I, in this moment, invite you, and I ask that you consider to vote for me every day for the Supermom contest. I want to remind you that voting is free. And if you would like to support the fundraiser and donate to the Children's Miracle Network hospitals, that is where you can submit votes for a fee. The links are in my bio. And if you have missed any of my Supermom contest videos and you want to watch them, you can go back onto my YouTube channel. The link is in my IG bio, and my Facebook bio, where you can go and you can watch the other videos that I've done. So I want to thank you again for keeping me in the contest, and I need your votes to help me to advance to the next spot. So until the next video, deuces.